Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to be doing a quick overview of a product called the Drywall Axe. Now this is one of those products that you think, why wasn't this invented years ago? This is something that isn't just good for people that do drywall. This is good for carpet installers, vinyl flooring people, tile. It cuts wood, it cuts cardboard, insulation, you name it. What it does is eliminates the need to measure, make your mark, get out like a straight edge and cut. This does multi-functions and I'm going to tell you all about it right now. It has a tape measure that you could just use for that function. But when locked in place, you can open the utility knife and make cuts that way. Or if you want to, you could insert the Carpenters Pencil that comes with it and you could use it to make a mark. I could see where you could be like 1/8 of an inch off or 1/16 of an inch off, depending how far you insert that Carpenter's pencil. So for me, I would actually use a tape measure. Say I want to do 4 inches, make my mark. And then I would line the pencil up with that and lock it in place. That's just a word to the wise because I could see, like I said, it could vary just a tiny bit, and that tiny bit could be the difference in ruining your project or not. So I would personally get a mark and then line the pencil up and follow, but it is very nice because you can make a mark on your material very quickly, like that. So I'm not a drywaller and I don't have a drywall project going on. I do have large sheets of drywall that are out in my pole barn. Of course, they're under a stack of 10 other things. I wasn't about to dig through that and cart it in my basement. So I'm just gonna do a creative forensic reenactment. In this situation, we're gonna pretend we have a small hole in the wall that needs patched. So what you would do is, like, say for instance, I've gone over to my wall and I've measured and I know the piece I wanna cut is 4 inches. So what you would do, find the 4-inch mark, and then you would push the lock. Now for me, either I don't have very strong hands or this is new and maybe it will lighten up over time. But for me, this is a little difficult to push with one hand. So I would need 2 to push it. But anyway, you find your mark, open the utility knife, and then you go ahead and drag this along and you'd make your cut. Now it is important to note that once you get down to the last 3 inches of material, this hook is no longer going to have anything to hang on to. So if you don't trust yourself to freehand it from here down the rest of the way, I would suggest getting a straight edge and finishing the cut that way. And then you've got your pieces of drywall cut. So a real life experience that I would have used this for, I'm a flag maker, and before I had nice shipping boxes, I used to take huge sheets like this to ship my flags in. So I'd have to take a large piece of cardboard and form it around my flag, and it would take probably about 15 minutes to chop this all up and make it work. And what I was doing was using, let me know if this looks familiar to you, if you're using like a yardstick and a utility knife and making your cut. And you know what, this is kind of dangerous because your hand is like right by the utility knife, where had I had my drywall axe, I could have found where I needed to make my cut and just gone like this, and it would have gone so much faster. One helpful hint, if you're going to cut something that's very lightweight like a piece of carpet, you would want to either clamp it to your work surface or weigh it down, because otherwise when you go to make your cut or your mark, it's going to shift all over on you. So weigh it down, and that way it won't move on you. I could have used this. I just did carpet. My son has like a little kids hangout in the peak of our roof. I just bought this carpet to use there, and I swear I probably wasted at least 2 hours when I got to the very end and I was cutting all of these pieces that weren't full sheets. All of them were just a tiny bit different, and this really would have come in handy. So I wish I could teleport back in time and have my drywall axe. So that's one use. You can use it as a utility knife. There are 4 extras in the handle here. I don't know about you, but I'm constantly writing down measurements, checking myself over and over, second guessing myself, or if I don't write them down, I repeat them 10 times in my head, then I go to make my cut, and then I'm like, wait, was that what I remember? So this really takes away the need for that, because really once you find your measurement and you lock it in place, it doesn't change. So that's one thing I like about it. I can really see where people that work in the trades that are installing things, I mean, if you've wasted a material, that's money out the window right there. If it saves time, that's money in your pocket. So overall, I think this really is a very useful tool. I personally won't use it every day, but I know there are viewers out there watching that are thinking, oh my gosh, we need like 10 of those for every employee. So if that is you, please visit my Amazon account. I will include a link in the bio. And I also have a coupon code for 10% off. It's 10JC Drywall. So please feel free to use that. Overall, I'm going to give it like an A-, and the only reason I would give it that grade is because I did have trouble with the lock. That could loosen up over time. I'm not quite sure. Also, I kind of question the accuracy of this pencil. But again, if you just take steps to make your mark and then line it up, you should be good to go. So if you have any questions or anything that I forgot to mention, please leave it in the comments. If I don't know the answer to it, I do know the owner and the inventor, so I will reach out to him and then I will reply to you. So I hope that was helpful, and I thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.